How's it going, guys? Rev here from Rev's Fitness. Toning up your thighs, your stomach, and your arms are questions that I get a lot about. And so I thought I'd cover a video on it very, very quickly. And it's basically, I want to debunk a myth very, very quickly, and that 1,000 different coaches have covered before in the past. And that's that you can't spot reduce. You cannot specifically lose body fat or do anything to specifically lose body fat in a particular area with regards to health and fitness and nutrition, right? So with that myth debunked, what we're going to move on to is that if your nutrition is right and you're losing body fat efficiently and sustainably, then your body will naturally start to utilize body fat from whatever area it deems unnecessary to have body fat from. So if you find that, a friend or a family member, they've been, training and exercising and eating well for a while, you notice their face starts to change quite a bit very quickly. If they've got a bit of a plump face, it will start to trim up pretty quickly. And I guess, my theory on that is just basically it's unnecessary to have body fat there. That's why there's more body fat around our stomach, because there's more vital organs there. It makes sense to have that kind of, padding, for safety reasons, I guess you could say, for use of a better word. But what you can do is look towards building a bit more lean muscle tone in those areas to kind of fill those areas out. So you're kind of hitting two birds with one stone. And then we're more so looking towards, a sculpting kind of practice when it comes to training. So a reduction in body fat and building lean muscle tone at the same time. Now, getting bulky from weight training, getting bulky from resistance training, mostly, something that I get very, not as commonly as I thought I would from women, but here you go. Here's your exit strategy, right? So if you find that, maybe your arms are getting too big from training, if you stop training them, if you stop doing weighted exercise, if you stop doing resistance training, weight training, whatever it is, with your arms, those muscles will atrophy, those muscles will shrink. You literally, if you do not use them, you will lose them. So that's your exit strategy. So you should have no fear whatsoever with doing any sort of resistance training or weight training, because if you find that they are getting too big or whatever, you don't like the look of them, I think more often than not you might just find you get a massive pump and there's a lot of blood in the area, or you might be retaining a bit of water, whatever it is. You might have be retaining some sodium, nutrients, whatever, from having a couple of crap nights out. Whatever that is that if you stop training, they will shrink. So now that that's covered, when you do this hypertrophy training and we're building lean muscle tone in those areas, you can literally change the shape and you can change the look of those body parts. So from a perspective, an aesthetic perspective, what these things look like is if you're trying to, change the whole tuck shop arm. I think one of the ladies was telling me a while ago, if you're trying to work on the whole tuck shop arms, you're wanting to do a lot of work with primarily your triceps, the muscles of the back of your arms, and then biceps, and then perhaps even shoulders to kind of, again, fill out those areas. With regards to your stomach is one of those ones best addressed with nutrition. Just good, lots of veggies, about a handful of complex carbs per meal, if not half a handful, and then a handful of protein. That's sort of simple. I've covered it before in the past, but the reason why we're having a lot of vegetables, green vegetables especially, is they're a lot less calorie dense, You can sit there and eat nearly half a kilo and still be good to go if you can fit half a kilo of green veg in your stomach. But that's where you want to be going for. Stomach is more so better addressed in dropping body fat and toning up by keeping your nutrition on point, making sure there's no restrictions or limitations internally, whether your hormones are in check and all that sort of stuff. If you don't know, it's worthwhile getting checked out, especially. And thighs are best, I honestly believe thighs are best addressed by doing more hypertrophy training, trying to build muscle in those areas. There's nothing wrong with having a bit of muscle on you, and it's, again, your exit strategy is to stop training, but there's nothing wrong with having a bit of muscle on your legs so that you can fill out those areas and, see those body composition changes. You might find that your goals change as you start to do more strength training, as you start to do more hypertrophy or muscle building training in the future, I should say. You might find that you really enjoy the way it feels. You enjoy, the burning sensation you get on a session to session basis. You might find that, you like being sore. You like not being able to walk properly or sit down on the toilet properly. It's something good. It's something awesome to look forward to, believe it or not. But at the end of the day, and I've said it a few times in the past, is that, relish that feeling of soreness, from whatever body part you're training, because it's so much harder to get that feeling as you keep on training. Your body doesn't want to be sore. So it'll adapt, it'll grow a little bit stronger, it'll build lean muscle tone, so it makes those exercises easier and a little bit more effective and efficient for you as well. So I hope that makes sense. At the end of the day, just in summary, is just toning up those areas really comes down to your food and your nutrition, so that you are burning body fat, so that you are toning up in that sense and building lean muscle tone in those areas as well. Yeah. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day. Talk to you later.